I'm gonna have to say there was only two little shines of the night for me.
Okay.
I would say the Big Show and Mark Henry, but they didn't step it up on the
No,
second time around. You know what I mean? They kind of just they went from a good start the first time they met. Like I was like, oh, this is pretty good. Then the second time they come back to fight again, and it went nowhere.
it
So I'm gonna kick that out and put that with the rest of the show. It was garbage.
no. I think them two would be a great pay-per-view match,
I,
but
I, I agree. I think it would be great, but I don't think they did anything
they did
to
not help
step
each
it up.
other out. No, they didn't help each other out yesterday.
Yeah,
It was
compared to
crap.
the first meeting was really good.
It was crap.
Yeah,
So
but I'm gonna have to say the Evan Bourne versus Chavo. I saw a spark in Chavo. He looked like he was ready to work. He looked like he was ready to impress the WWE. And then out of nowhere, little cancer comes out the back,
yeah,
and it was just downhill.
yeah. Poor Chavo Guerrero, man. I again, week after week. I think what it is. What is it like? 3 months now has
I
gone
can't even
by
keep
that
track. I can't even keep track.
he's stuck with Hornswoggle. I don't get it.
Gotta start to save Chavo. Save Chavo.
Well, that's what that was along with Save Chavo, but that was the whole meaning of the bit that we put in late last night, right after Raw. Was I found a logo of the WWF, the old Attitude one,
Yeah.
and I went ahead and put the slogan under. Get the F back into wrestling,
That's what they need.
because
No
really,
better than Chavo because that Hornswoggle was garbage.
because ever since they took out that F and substituted with an E, WWE has went downhill from there, and it's been nothing but crap.
Yep.
Nothing with crap, and that's where the whole Attitude Era started.
Yep.
Attitude Era was fine, maybe for about a month or so, but it just didn't do anything, didn't go anywhere because the WCW had the whole NWO going.
Not only that, WCW had 10 times better matches in the mid cards than in the beginning of the show.
Were
They
there,
had talent from around the world. They had all the best wrestlers,
well, there's a difference.
regardless of what was going on in the main event of the night. That show was packed.
Well,
From
there's a
Chris
difference.
Benoit to Chavo to Helms to everybody. Jericho, Rey Mysterio, Ultimo Dragon. You had a stacked show. Regardless of how crappy the storylines were, you knew the matches were going to make up for it. And on Raw, there's nothing there. Even if the matches suck on Raw, the storylines are not even better. So you're not even getting anything out of it.
You mentioned Helms.
Yeah,
You bought the old WCW Rise and Fall DVD, didn't you?
really good DVD.
Now let me ask you this: Hunter Hearst Helmsley
Yeah,
came from WCW, did he not?
he did.
And was he in that DVD at all?
No,
Hmm.
it wasn't. RVD was in it.
But not Hunter.
No.
Hmm. I guess they didn't want to. I guess they didn't want to mention that. They fired him from WCW.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't mention that. But whatever. I just wanted to bring that point up. All kinds of stuff I want to bring
He
up.
was on the DVD as commentary. Like you talked about the crap that was going on in WCW, but he talked about his part about the Monday Night Raws, but he pretty much just bad mouthed WCW, I think. But he really had nothing to do on that DVD. WCW was a great product.
I'm just mad at the whole thing. I'm mad at WCW. I'm not mad at WCW. I'm mad.
I'm mad that they ruined it with the NWO thing. It was a good idea. They took it too far, and look what we have to do now. NWO has just killed wrestling for everybody.
It was total crap last night, and I'm done with it.
I'm lost, dude. Like we took a last week off because we were just in anger about the last Raw, and we came back today, and it's just there's really nothing there to watch right now.
Now, what could they possibly do to?
That's what I think we need to start focusing on is the future of WWE on this show, and start taking in what we think needs to be improved, what needs to go on, and what needs to quit.
What could they possibly do to recover from yesterday? I mean, what next week? if you were
next week, they have a good opportunity to. They have a returning superstar, not a Hollywood star, a returning superstar.
Yeah, but
so you have somebody who knows the routine of the show,
right.
who knows how the cameras work, who knows how storylines work. This ain't like I'm going to come up there and make a mistake, or I'm going to go and plug in a book, or I'm going to go out there and say the pay-per-view wrong. I know how the things run here in WWE. I can keep up with the show.
Okay, I get that.
I think that next week they have an opportunity of doing something great.
But really, what could Trish...
Trish Stratus.
I know, but what could Trish actually bring?
It depends on what they're going to do, because you got to remember, they got to...
What is she going to do? Is she going to go in the middle of the ring and bark like a dog and kiss Vince's ass?
See, that was the bad part, man. But I'm just talking about, man, I mean, this is just a returning superstar. I think that they could do something good next week. They can probably focus a little more on the divas.
You know,
they're going to have to with Trish coming back.
I think they should have bumped Trish back and bring in somebody strong to recover from this whole debacle yesterday.
Definitely. I totally agree with that. I mean, this is just, if I was working for WWE right now, I'm sorry, regardless of the economy or what, and I seen what we just put out on Raw, I would almost put in my 2 weeks and be like, I got to get out of here before it gets even worse.
Well, no, you just go straight to TNA. I mean,
that's what I mean.
Where they're actually wrestling.
Somewhere else
TNA or Dragon Gate or ROH, you know? Because
that was the worst WWE has put out in years.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm still in shock, dude, about how bad that show was. In 2 minutes of that show being on, I was gonna shut it down, and you said, "Just keep watching it. Just keep watching it." And I was like, "Dude, I cannot."
Well, no, I told you to keep watching it because it got worse.
Yeah, I know, I understand that, but I can't even watch it to laugh at it. Like, it was like embarrassing to be a WWE fan, like you just said earlier. So it was really bad, and like I just don't understand how the fans keep coming out and cheering for this stuff. And I understand they're
I can tell you
to the kids, and I ain't mad at the kids, because the kids, they love this stuff. They come in big bunches. They come and they push their parents to come do it. It's all good. It's good to be PG, trust me. But there's a lot of other fans that are not the kids anymore, that grown up and that follow that and spent to put a lot of money and effort and time into this company who's got so big. Don't forget about those people, man. Got to cater to them too.
Yeah, well, I was just about to say,
it doesn't have to be a raunchy show. It doesn't have to involve Suck It. It could be with just simple wrestling.
Yeah, well.
So why are we watching Chavo versus Hornswoggle every week when we can see Chavo versus Evan Bourne? Because Evan Bourne's got major pop. Chavo's got amazing wrestling ability. That will cater to the older fan, and you can still have Randy Orton come out there and DX play around and entertain the kids, and have John Cena talk and sell his lawnmower shirts. It's all good.
Hey, you notice that, speaking about lawnmower shirts, you notice that John Cena's not really doing that much wrestling lately.
He can't.
How
can he?
It's all, just coming at the last minute, or doing some kind of in-ring promo, and last night he came in, Raw finished about 13 minutes after 8.
Right.
And, John Cena came out at the very end, and he got his ass whooped.
And he can't, because you know what WWE is trying to do? They're trying to prevent the boos from getting louder. Every time he hit the ring and he kept doing those same 5 moves, people kept booing. People kept booing. So what they're thinking is, well, if we keep him away from action for a little while, maybe the people might want him back in the ring.
I don't
either.
Unless he's heel.
New with that character.
Unless he's heel. Unless he goes heel.
Yeah, that's what I think they're doing. I think they're trying to make the people say, they're trying to tease him with the John Cena's talking and his mic ability, whatever he's got left, and then hoping that the fans are going to say, "Oh, we want him back in the ring. We want him back in the ring," and then build up to a pay-per-view.